especially when it comes to politics. For the best in political, professional wrestling, I listen to the American Adversaries on AM RL. I'd go to the mat with these guys any day.
All right. Welcome back to the show, folks. 407-774-8255 is the number. I'm Christopher Hart, joined in the studio this afternoon by David Leavitt, who is running for the floor, and you can help him out. It's the DaveHouse.com. You'll find out all about his fundraiser kicking off here on October 22nd. We'll talk about that here in a second. You can also get on the raffle for a 80-inch Sharp TV, Sharp Smart TV. So do take advantage of that. And Nick Cicero is on the Battle Bridge, so you can give us a call at 407-774-8255. The chairman of the board, Mike McBath, is in here. He's got a hot stop tip on a new pharmaceutical. Try Forgotten?
Yeah, Try Forgotten's going to be huge.
Thankfully, I don't need that medicine. Well, I've got a few girlfriends I'd like to take Try Forgotten on.
Well, I'm sure we can order it away from the political side,
And then Lucas Paris has us up on the Periscope. So go to our channel on YouTube. That'd be Adversaries TV. Type in Periscope, and that will be where. By the way, Lucas, how do you spell Periscope?
That'd be Pariscope.
Pariscope. So Periscope. As in the city, Paris. All right, and all right, give us a call, 407-774-8255 if you want to be on the show. The continuing resolution is working its way through Congress, only to set up a December 11th showdown. Won't that be great, right at Christmas time, right?
And they'll have to go on break, and then they'll
can you imagine?
Again this time.
This is going to be call from hell, I'm afraid, folks. You're going to have that. See what they got in store. As the situation, we're only sure to. Russians have begun airstrikes in Syria and basically told us to get out of the way. And, of course, Barack Obama, he's got to show them Russians. So, who knows, maybe we'll be toe-to-toe with the Ruskies like in Dr. Strange.
Yeah.
In the meantime, as I said, David Leavitt has a campaign kickoff fundraiser coming up on October the 22nd. And it's going to be in Longwood, downtown at the Community Building. And you're invited. Everybody's invited. No cover charge, right?
No cover charge. No, Isabel's cooking.
That's his wife. That's your wife.
Salmon Dave.
Salmon or beef.
That's awful good.
Yeah. Or she likes to say, hey, look, give people the choice. Let them know it's not just salmon or beef. It could be salmon and beef. I said, well, wait a minute. I didn't account for that much, but no, you can have what you want.
I'll tell you, these are her like family recipes.
These are her family recipes. There's a neighbor kid growing up. Oh, I have to say at the dinner table, that's eaten in my life. Well, he came back about 2 months later and had dinner with us again. We had salmon again because he loved it so much, and so he told Isabel, he said, you know what? I lied the last time I was here. She said, what are you talking about? He goes, this is the best thing. It's even better than the last time.
That's a pretty strong compliment,
All right, folks, so you're going to come out and find.
You can do their salmon.
Hey,
even though theirs is awful good, but it was just good.
Maybe we'll have the beginning of
maybe the salmon eating contest.
Yes, there we go. We got something about
chili.
A little bit more expensive than
the fundraiser will be from 6 to 8 p.m.
And you can show up at 6, 7, 8. Yeah, don't think you got to be there right at 6.
And will you be drawing for the TV that night?
At 8:30.
At 8:30. Does the winner have to be present?
Does not need to be present to win.
But you do have to go online or be there to register.
Correct.
And once again, that's DaveForHouse.com. And did you decide to run for the Florida House because you felt like you could do more for the local community from there?
Absolutely. That was a big reason why I decided to run. There's a lot of things. There's education, which is very important to me, which we haven't had a chance to talk about too much on this show. But I want to bring.
Well, I know you're fully and fully behind Common Core, right?
No, absolutely
not exactly. I'm just teasing, folks.
Well, and then there's the Florida Standard Assessment Test. This whole thing we haven't had a chance to talk about, but talk about local things all over the state of Florida. This is one of those things that hit at home in every single school district in the state. So all 67 counties are suffering through this mess that Pam Stewart, who is our Commissioner of Education at the state level, has gotten us in. We were forced to implement these FSA exams in our schools, which by the way takes 30% of the kids' time in class is
right.
testing,
focused on the test,
and which is really bad.
Now, these are the ones that they had so many problems with last year.
We still don't have the results. From last year. And of course, these tests do three things, right? They place the child in the next grade. They
can wait.
Well, that's what Pam Stewart says.
Yeah.
They can, they do grade the schools,
evaluate the schools, correct.
And probably, one of the bigger ones is the fact that the teacher merit pay,
the bonuses,
is based on how these, scores come in. And we don't have the results. And so, the county school boards, and I give big kudos. I fought the school board last year on the 1-cent sales tax.
Seminole, yeah.
But in Seminole County, but I'm man enough to say, hey, they're doing a great job right now fighting the state, trying to get them to recognize the fact that, look, we should be able to pick our own standardized test. There's the Iowa test that we used to take.
Mm-hmm.
They come in at about the same cost as the FSAs.
Right.
They're nationally recognized. They're actually, if talk about Common Core, that they have a Common Core component, so that's not even an issue.
You're talking about the Iowa test.
The Iowa test.
Right.
These are all compliant.
And the Iowa test, if I'm not mistaken, are paper tests.
They can do paper or computer.
Okay.
Right, either one.
All right.
So, of course, they want to try the paper because they don't have enough computers. That was part of the issue last year. That was part of the problem last time, right. Kids were computers. They had network outages, they were hacked, and, all kinds of issues. So,
right.
They don't place them.
No, I know. Actually, college was the longest 8 years of my life.
So, see?
You went to graduate school.
All the tests too.
Graduate school, yeah.
So the kids everybody, is losing out. And Pam Stewart up there, I don't know what it is. I mean, all the school boards are united, across the state, saying, hey, we want to be able to implement
united against Pam Stewart.
Against her, yes. Yeah. They want to be able to implement their own assessment test. They want to be able to pick. I'll do the FSA. No, I'll do the Iowa test. Which one?
Right, right.
And part of what I'm running for, and one of the reasons I want to get up there is I think I can work on allowing our own local school boards to be able to make those kinds of decisions without asking for a favor from the state. And you would think they would be able to do that now, but the problem is the state owns, they hold the purse strings.
According to Jeb Bush, that's what Common Core is all about, giving the control of the schools back to the local communities.
I don't think so.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's what Jeb Bush says.
Yeah,
right?
and they disguise. I think it's not a secret. We don't have Common Core here. We have Florida Sunshine. Florida State Assessment Test.
Yeah.
And which is basically a Common Core disguise. So
right.
they changed the name.
All they did was change the name.
Guidelines.
Exactly.
Same guideline.
Right. And of course, that is not local control.
It's not.
No, it's top-down control. And the best-run schools are the ones run by the local community.
With parent participation.
With parent participation.
Absolutely. That's not the key to everything. I mean,
it is.
But see, I think that's part of...
And volunteers. I mean, my wife volunteers like 2-3 times a week. She has a master's in speech therapy, and she teaches, helps reading, just volunteers over here locally.
Yep.
And they need people all the time. They need help. They help. But even the teachers have to take some foolish... there was one, it was like a 10-question test they had to pass, which had nothing to do with your knowledge, but if you didn't answer it right based on, I don't know what, they said, well, you can't teach.
Probably
what?
psychological.
I got a graduate degree in
probably psychological.
Yeah, it's like nothing to do with what you know. Just insane.
It is absolutely insane.
And the kids are the losers and all this.
Absolutely.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, but that's part of the agenda, if you will. First of all, you develop a curriculum that separates the children from the parents, because the parents have no clue what this is about. And you also develop a whole new cadre of teachers, because the best they don't have any intentions of wanting to go along with it, because they see how bad. That's not why they got into teaching to begin with.
No, and I tell you what, you have to really, really, really love your job to stay a teacher these days, because they make it so hard for them, so difficult. And I'm one of those that believe that teachers are not paid enough to keep them here. But what are we going to do to keep them here? I'm working on a few things.
All right. Once again, Dave Forehouse, that's the number 4, DaveForehouse.com is where you can find out more about Dave's positions and where and how you can help him out. And if you live in Seminole County, please go to that website and fill out his petition to get him onto the ballot. If he gets it's on the website, right?
It's on the website.
Yeah, if you get it, this is not to commit you to voting for him, obviously, but this would help get him onto the ballot. And as I said, Dave would be, I believe, a great state representative for us here in Central Florida. And certainly there would be things that would be brought to the forefront that are probably swept aside right now in terms of how we spend our tax money.
Well, it's great to see somebody's experiences this. I mean, here's a guy who's given so much effort just on his own, not being sanitized by being paid by the city or anything else, just to help everybody. So this is a 100%er.
Yep.
But I'm starting to think his name is Dave Forehouse, not Dave. Hi, Dave Forehouse. How are you? So I'm getting a little confused here, Chris.
So you can remember, Leavitt to Leavitt. Leavitt to Leavitt. I think that's a good one to remember.
That'll be a good
Can't wait to remember my name.
Yeah, there you go. And once again, there'll be the refreshments, including the salmon and the beef at the fundraiser. So please come on out and join the fun over there. And the best part is you'll be able to listen to the American Adversaries as you ride over there.
That's right.
And once again, it'll be 6 to 8 on. You can come from 6 to, they'll be serving food actually from 6 to 8, but the event goes to 9 o'clock.
That's correct.
Yeah, so
even if you get there at 8 o'clock, you'll be able to get a plate. And
you won't have to eat it like you're eating at a spaghetti.
That's right. That's right. There's no 15-minute time limit. Dave's not going to yank the plate on you. Sorry, you've had enough.
And that's October the 22nd, 6 to 9, 6 to 8 serving dinner, and at the Longwood Community Building in downtown Longwood, DaveForehouse.com. All right, we'll take another break. When we come back, we'll continue the conversation. We got a lot more to talk about tonight. And, we'll entertain your calls as well. You know the number, 407-774-8255. And keep that phone close by, because tomorrow I think we might just have to run a contest tomorrow, We had so much fun running that 3-word.
We're going to get rolling here. So.
That's right. All right, stay with us.